All right, I just took delivery a few weeks ago of my new Lowe Stinger 195. Thought I'd kind of go over it just a little bit, what I like and what I don't like. It's a good fishing boat. I've fished out of it about 4 times already. I've done the upgraded to the Ultrex trolling motor, put some headlights on it. Anybody that does any night fishing knows them headlights, they don't work great going across the water, but they do help. All I done, I went to Lowe's and bought some little 90-degree brackets, little outdoor brackets. Put a little piece of rubber in behind it. Used the a threaded rivet and shot it in there. Put my wire and drilled a little hole there and put a little rubber grommet. Of course, the LED pods, they just come off of Amazon. They work good. I put a Garmin 93 side view on the front deck up here. Got my Humminbird 9 mega side image in the back here at the console. It's got the big Mercury Pro XS 115 on it. I moved it up 2 holes. I moved it up 2 holes before I ever even took it on the water, so I don't really know what it would have done where it was mounted at, but I can't say it made it do any better, but I can't imagine it hurt anything. It came with the Spitfire 15 pitch prop, which I've got a new prop ordered. I've got a 19 ordered. With this prop on it, it'll run about 42. It jumps out of the hole like crazy, and it's just 3 or 4 seconds. She's running 6,400 RPMs. So I'm thinking maybe I can get a few more miles per hour out of it and maybe drop the RPMs a little bit. These straps here, another one of the Amazon specials. I like these a lot better than the cam type that was on it. Overall, I'm pleased with the boat. There's several things I think Lowe could do better. It's just like I had a 175 Stinger before this one, but I've got 3 kids and this one's got a little more room in it. One thing I think Lowe could do a better job on is, which I get it, these bins. I've got an underwater drone in there. These storage compartments, they made them so they'd fit them little plain old tackle boxes, but I mean, there's plenty of room here. They could have made a lot more storage right there. Quality control, I think, is a little off. I mean, I don't know who can't put a 45-degree angle together. I tried to fix this, but if you ever take any of these self-tapping screws out of these Lowe boats, you'll find real quick they just either are already broke from the factory or you'll break them off trying to get them out. I broke one right there. I tried to drill it out and broke my drill bit, so I had to drill another hole. Put a little stainless steel screw in there. This one was broke. This screw here was broke from the factory, and this piece of hard plastic was kind of poking up. And with 3 kids, I just knew one of them was going to jab it through their toe. So that's one of the things, I believe Lowe could do a better job on. Talking about the broke screws, I was trying to pull my wiring in for my depth finders, and these two screws broke off trying to get them out. And the screw down here, there's two of them down there. Both of those wasn't even in, they're not even in any kind of metal. I don't know if the hole was cut too big or if this piece wasn't placed in the right spot, but those screws aren't even in anything. They're just screwed in there. And this right here, I put some trim on. All of them at our boat dealership, the 175s and the 195s, there is a sharp edge right here. And I guarantee you that you'll slice your leg open trying to get in here. So I just bought some trim off of Amazon and threw on there, kind of keep myself from needing stitches. And I had a little extra trim, so I put it on the windshield here. The windshield wasn't sharp, but I just thought, hey, I got some extra trim, I can do something with it, and it like a good spot to put it. I also put some on this wire, I don't know what you call this thing, but anyway, I put some of that on there also. Like I say, I mean, all in all, it's a nice boat. I could have used a wider strap right here. I do more bass fishing than anything. And I'll have a lot of reels stowed up here on the deck when I'm fishing, and that little old short strap don't really cover everything I need to do, but I mean, I can replace that with a longer one. The foot controller, it's got the same screws that break off. This one right here, the hole is stripped out. If you stand right here, it pushes the deck down a little bit, but now I'm about 6'5", 250, so I mean, you know, somebody more normal size might not do that. I'll probably put a little reinforcement in behind it and put some better screws in there. Along the lines of storage, this compartment here is storage compartment. That's a mess in here, but this thing's pretty good size. You can fit a lot of tackle and gear in there. I've got life jackets shoved up under there, a throwable flotation device, and all kinds of baits up under there, and plenty of room to spare. The rod lockers are nice size. I've got some 7.3 rods in here. I mean, plenty of room in there. That's all my bass fishing rods. I've got crappie rods and stuff like that on the other rod locker. This spot right here, I don't really understand it. I mean, I get it. I guess if you've got your rod strapped down, you may have rod tips right here, but they put a dry box here. I highly doubt I ever use that dry box for anything. Honestly, I'd just assume seen a small cooler or something here. You know, some type of storage. This seat here flips up. It makes a nice storage compartment. It's got a wall. My 175 didn't have anything right there, and everything would slide, you know, out in the middle, and you wouldn't be able to reach it. So that's a little nicer. But the middle seat don't raise up. Looks like to me they could have, if they wanted to put storage here, they could have put storage here and maybe a cooler under that seat. This compartment is pretty nice. I've got all my markers and my black light and some odd and ends thrown in there. I like that little compartment there. The driver's seat doesn't raise up. When I was at the dealership, I actually test drove one of these before I bought this one. The one I test drove had some pretty bad scratches on it. It was brand new, but had some bad scratches, and they had another one, so I got this one. But the seat is hinged. There's a hinge under here, but the seat won't raise up. When I was at the dealership, I thought, well, it's hung on something. And there was a little there was a little, looked like I could see a strap in there. Well, I pulled up on the seat hard and broke the little strap, and lo and behold, there's no storage under the seat. There's no hole cut. I don't really understand why you couldn't just cut another hole and put some storage under there, but you know, it is what it is, I guess. Let's see, something else I was going to talk about. Oh yeah, first time I took this out and fished at night, the light wasn't working on my mile per hour gauge here with my navigation lights on. When I got in, I got under there and found a loose wire, plugged it back in. It works fine. Talking about these seats, I don't know if you can tell from the camera, but the cushion here is recessed a lot deeper than this back piece. So when you sit down, your lower back kind of goes into here, but your upper back is on this seat cushion, and it kind of almost makes you feel like it's forcing you to lean forward. And these are the upgraded seats in this thing. You would think it would be more comfortable than it is, but I don't know, maybe this cushion will break in over time, but it won't be as uncomfortable to sit. But I'm not sitting there unless I'm going from hole to hole, so it ain't too big of a deal. This was wired. I don't know if we can see under here. There's a fuse panel under there. Everything is wired to these switches. And all these switches come on with a power switch over here. And I've got my headlights, I got them wired to the interior light switch. This one didn't have the interior lights in it, but it's a two-way switch. You flip it that way, the headlights come on. If I flip it that way, I could have interior lights if I ever wired many in. But yeah, like I say, the rod lockers, I mean, they're nice, plenty big. Like I say, I've got some 7.3 rods, and they go in, feels like, with room to spare. So I don't know how long of a rod you could actually put in here, but you know, they're good size rod lockers. When I went to look at boats, I was actually going to look at Rangers and Ranger aluminum boats. When I got in them, I seen one thing that I didn't like about them. The console was more premium looking than this boat. The hull may have been cut better to ride better. But the one thing that I did not like about them was their deck. It was tiny compared to this one. And when you got 3 kids that are trying to fall out of the boat at everywhere you stop to fish, this deck space is amazing. I mean, like I say, I'm 6'5", and I can lay down with my feet on this end, and my head's not touching anything up there. I mean, you got room for days. I could probably lay crossways across there. I hadn't tried it. Yeah. If you got any questions about the boat, if you're thinking about getting one, you can post some in the comments. Like I say, I've enjoyed the boat. I've fished out of it a few times already. It fishes good. Like I say, they could do a better job with storage. They could do a better job with quality control as far as that trim on the back goes and the screws they use. But all in all, for the price and the square footage you get here, you know, it's a pretty nice boat. Like I say, right now with that 15 pitch prop, this 115 will push this thing about 42. With me by myself, me and my wife and 2 kids, me and my fishing partner and all our gear, 42 is about it. which 42 in this boat feels like you're running about 70. But I'm hoping I can go a little faster with that 19 pitch. I hope it drops the RPMs a little bit. Poor motor sounds like it's about to blow up running 6,400 RPMs. The fishing seats I ain't mentioned them. They're okay. They're not anything special. I'd like to get some of the Millennium boat seats, but after spending the money on a depth finder and trolling motor and just buying the boat, I'm putting them on the back burner. And I want to get the pan optics for the Garmin, the live scope. That's the reason I bought the Garmin depth finder I bought, is so I'll be ready when I decide to break down and spend the money on the live scope. I've already got the screen for it. Like I say, it's a good boat. If you have any questions about it, just post them. I'll be happy to answer anything I read. Y'all have a good one.